Kings, improving lives.
The Food Reserve Agency, FRA, has set 60 kwacha as the price at which it will buy a 50 kg bag of maize during the 2017 marketing season. The agency has also set 70 kwacha as the price for a 40 kilogram bag of rice. Speaking during a press briefing, FRA Board Chairperson Joe Simachela says due to logistical and budget constraints, the agency will only buy 3 commodities from the National Strategic Food Reserves. Mr. Simachela named the crops as paddy rice, soya beans and maize, all amounting to 500,000 metric tons to be purchased from the farmers. Mr. Simachela says during the 2017 crop marketing season, FRA will only operate 760 satellite depots, representing a reduction of 463.
The strict instruction we have from Minister of Finance is let us spend what we have. So all these factors have been taken into consideration as we came up with the price of 60 kwacha per 50 kg bag for maize. Secondly, I'll move to soya beans. Soya beans, we offering 130 kwacha per 50 kg bag for soya. Furthermore, the proposed price of soya beans will not significantly drop from 2016 market price, but boost income for our farmers and also improve household and generally the national food security. I'll move to paddy rice, the other crop which we intend to buy. Paddy rice, we have moved the price from 60 kwacha per 40 kg bag to 70 kwacha. So paddy rice will be 70 kwacha per 40 kg bag. As FRA, our expectation that our farmers would adhere to the general practice of ensuring they clean their farm states to avoid congestion. Of course, our FRA personnel have been trained and are now ready to receive the stock. And also we implore on FRA stakeholders to uphold rationality. I think that's very crucial for us. Prudence, transparency, and accountability.
Meanwhile, FRA Executive Director Chola Kafwambulula says the agency is more than prepared to handle the 2017 marketing season under its budget of 942 million kwacha.
As just stated, we have got sufficient empty grain bags. We have approximately 19 million empty grain bags. So we've got sufficient empty grain bags. We also have sufficient tarpaulins. The tarpaulins are the tents that we use to cover the maize. We have got enough twine, that is the cotton that is used for sewing the bags. We've got sufficient numbers of the moisture readers and sufficient numbers of scales. So as far as the preparedness is concerned, we are ready like yesterday. On the carryover stocks, we are at the moment sitting on 218,000 metric tons. Out of the 218,000 metric tons, you may be aware that 100,000 is going to be exported. So if you ask me whether as a country we are food secure, we are food secure because we are already in the marketing season and we will soon be beefing up our stocks.
Catholic bishops in charge of the reconciliation between President Edgar Chagwa Lungu and opposition leader Hakainde Hichilema say they have merely sown the seeds in the ground and it is too soon to tell if the process will bear desired fruits. Speaking to journalists shortly after Catholic Archbishop Telesphore Mpundu and Alec Banda held a meeting with President Lungu this morning, following their meeting with Hichilema last week, Archbishop Mpundu asked journalists to be a little patient, noting that the process had some ups and downs. He added that the role of the Catholic bishops was to be mediators of communication between the two leaders, and National Guidance Minister Godfrida Smaili has thanked the church for the role they have chosen to support a dialogue. She encouraged all other churches to additionally pray for peace and unity in the nation. And moving on in other news, The Lusaka City Council, LCC, says it is working on strengthening the laws to ensure that people do not display posters in undesignated places. Speaking to Prime TV News, LCC Assistant Public Relations Manager Brenda Katongola says in most cases, posters have contact numbers which the council will be following up and informing them to remove them. Ms. Katongola says there is need for people to remove the adverts with the same agency they put them up, as not doing so is dirtying the city.
What we are doing is we are strengthening the bylaws, to deal with those people who put up posters anyhow or illegal posters. Usually these people put up their contact numbers, so we are working on calling them and basically to deal with them on how they should go about it. This is also in the line of sensitizing all the people who put up billboards and different adverts across the city. We've got designated areas where we encourage people to put adverts, and these go on for a period of time where we regulate which adverts go on those sites. But for those that do it illegally, we are strengthening the bylaws. I won't say now what it is, but because it's work in progress. And then we are also appealing to those people that have put up posters, to ensure that they remove them with the same agency that they put them up, because it's threatening the city. Some of them are very old, and with time, they get distorted, and they actually contribute to making the city dirty.
The Dairy Association of Zambia has expressed concern at the increasing number of dairy imports coming into the country. Association Policy Monitoring and Evaluation Officer Kapoche Mwale observed that the increase in the number of uncontrolled dairy imports is posing a threat to the local dairy producers. Speaking during a consultative meeting held in Lusaka, Mr. Mwale notes that most dairy imports are coming from countries that have subsidies and tax incentives, making them more cost-effective than local dairy products, thereby creating competition for local companies.
Then we have a problem of dairy imports that are coming in the country uncontrolled, ultimately giving us a lot of competition, because ultimately some of these products are coming from countries where they have a lot of subsidies and the tax incentives in such a way that they arrive in our country at a cost that is lower than our local products. Therefore, at the end of the day, we are unable to compete. For example, if you look at the price of raw milk, you will find that South Africa, New Zealand, Kenya, even Malawi, they are beating us. Our raw milk is about 48 cents per liter. Or if you look at South Africa, their raw milk price per liter is about 35 cents. Our recommendations for some of the concerns that we've raised, we are appealing to especially the Ministry of Fisheries and Livestock and the Ministry of Agriculture that if they can revive the SDS committee, so that is the one that more or less like regulates the importation of some of the dairy products, and they are the ones who issue the import permits.
Transparency International Zambia has called on the judiciary to quicken up proceedings of certain cases. TIZ Executive Director Wesley Chibamba notes that it is unfortunate that the judiciary is seemingly dragging certain cases without proper justification, thereby delaying the justice process. Mr. Chibamba further observed that the Zambian citizenry has vast confidence in the judicial system, hence the need for the judiciary to expedite the conclusions of certain cases that may be of public interest. He was speaking to Prime TV News in an interview.
When it comes to operations of the judiciary, again we have confidence in our gentlemen and ladies of the bench, but we have seen certain actions or lack thereof that leave quite a lot to be desired. the dragging of certain cases for reasons that don't seem to make a lot of sense. As they say, justice delayed is justice denied. There are certain cases which would have been going towards conclusion or would have been concluded by now, but the judiciary has sort of dragged its feet around that. We wouldn't want to say a lot around that, lest we are also accused of being political players, which we are not. But then we would be failing in our duties if we do not advise government in as far as governance is concerned. It is our sacred duty as a watchdog institution to speak about issues that border on democracy, because it's one of the pillars of good governance.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with the news. Police in Lusaka have arrested a 35-year-old DMI St. Eugene University student allegedly defaming President Edgar Lungu on Facebook. Police spokesperson Esther Mwata Katongo has confirmed the development and identified the student as Edward Makai, who had been arrested in connection with the publication of defamatory statements on his Facebook page. It is alleged that Makai, who is a student in the School of Engineering at the Sage University, created the Facebook page in the name of Roy Son Edwards M. Ms. Katongo says the defamatory remarks, which were authored and posted between April 2017 and July 2017, were targeted at President Lungu, Home Affairs Minister Stephen Kampiongo, Agriculture Minister Dora Silia, and Inspector General of Police Kakoma Kanganja. Others are Deputy Secretary General of the Patriotic Front Mumbipiri and Presidential Press Aide Amos Chanda. And in other news, Ndola Central Member of Parliament Emmanuel Mulenga has pledged to support a St. Dominican Convent school as they build a 3x1 classroom block for the primary school. Mr. Mulenga said this during the fundraising program that was held at Dominican School in Ndola. He highlighted that education is the only tool that levels the economic playing field for children, adding that it is only through education that children can excel. The Member of Parliament further commended the convent sisters for the work they have put in and supporting the education system in the country.
Education is a tool which levels the playing field, the economical playing field for our children. It levels the playing field from a child who's coming from a rich family and a child who's coming from a poor family. It's through education that a child can excel. And by you, Madam, the head teacher of convent, to come up with an initiative of building a 1x3 classroom, it's a welcome move. I and my office, I and my family will support you until we see that you complete the building.
And speaking at the same event, Dominican School PTA chairperson Stanley Domijan stated the need for early primary in Ndola is on the rise, and this can only be achieved by supporting initiatives that can reduce the level of child dropouts, like what the Dominican School is doing.
The Dominican Missionary Sisters is a teaching congregation of sisters who are considered by man to be the best teaching and educators community in Zambia, as can be witnessed by the results they produce at the end of each academic year for primary and secondary school education. They continue to be among the top 10 schools for secondary school education in Zambia, attaining excellent academic results from our children through their teaching skills. Guest of honor, sir, Madam, the need for early primary education in Ndola. While the early childhood care and education program has an important role to fulfill the fabric of Zambian education policy, it has become an integral part of education policy of Zambia until primary and secondary schools in the nation develop and sustain an adequate learner-friendly environment. As Dominican sisters, they are committed to education for all, an initiative to provide primary education for all age children in the country and to reduce illiteracy. This is one reason why in 2015, the pre and primary school was established by the Dominican Missionary Sisters right here in the city of Ndola.
Residents of Kanini Ward in Ndola Central Constituency have called on the Constituency Development Fund Committee to work on some neglected areas in the ward. This was during the stakeholders' consultative meeting for the constituency following a raise of 700,000 Kwacha Constituency Development Fund by government. And one resident by the name of Jory Mwewa expressed displeasure, stating that they have left out persons with disabilities in the development of the constituency, adding that 50 years down the line, nothing much has been done to improve the school for the visually impaired in the area.
Down the line, we cannot connect Kanini to Hillcrest. There is a road following Independence Road going down Kanini Secondary School, up to the mosque there. Joining Hillcrest, that's a very short road. 750,000, please kindly consider that road. But it is going to decongest Luanisha Road, definitely. It is no wonder, as you organize for this meeting, you don't take on board persons with disability. Just near the road I'm talking about, there is a school for vision impaired. Lion School for vision impaired. Due to lack of time, our councillor is very much cognizant, Councillor Sarika, about that road, that school. We have written submissions about that. I'm calling upon the Honorable Member of Parliament, sir, to make an effort for visiting that school.
Meanwhile, another resident, only identified as Josephine, appealed to government and well-wishers to come to her aid and reconstruct her house, which was gutted and had left her and her 3 kids homeless.
My house was burnt last year in March. So for 1 year plus, I've been homeless, living in the court with children. So I've run up and down here, there. Nothing has come to my aid. Few months ago, I managed to see the Honorable Minister, Provincial Minister, Mr. Sambo. The one who directed me to your office. But no, the one who's supposed to attend to you is your minister. You voted for your MP. And I've been coming to your office. Nothing. So when I saw the notice, I said, okay, thank God, this is my right time to eat.
Mtomboko Ceremony Organizing Committee Chairperson Meshek Kauma has urged Zambians to be proud of their tradition and culture. Speaking to Prime TV News, Mr. Kauma has challenged parents to take their children to ceremonies in order for them to be familiar with the history they learn from school. He says children should not only learn history from schools, but that they should also be given an opportunity to witness the ceremonies which directly depict the historic nature of the country. Mr. Kauma says this year's Mtomboko ceremony is extraordinary as it is coupled with a lot of events like the Luapula Expo, which ends on the 28th of July 2017, the day before the Mtomboko ceremony. He has since urged both foreign nationals and the local people to be part of the ceremony. Details in the following report.
The Luapula Expo has attracted a lot of businesses from all over the country, including investors both local and international. The expo starts on the 26th of July 2017, and the Republican President Edgar Lungu is expected to grace the event. However, the expo, which is expected to end on the 28th of July 2017, paves the way for another important and paramount ceremony of the Bemba-speaking people called Umtomboko, where the paramount chief exhibits the conquest dance. Meshek Kauma, who is chairperson for the Mtomboko Ceremony Organizing Committee, has called on walks of life to find their way to Luapula Province and witness the ceremony.
Let me say that each traditional ceremony in this country is very unique from the other. and they are all very, very nice, as long as you understand the background of each particular ceremony. So for us, we want to invite people to say, come and see the Mtomboko ceremony, because this is a ceremony where the meaning is very, very wide, because the way the Mwata performs the conquest dance is very unique. You might wish to know that just during the performance of the Mtomboko ceremony, those who may perform earlier, he may appoint, it's obvious, he will take somebody, one chief or two, and of course his son, one or two, they will perform before him. Now, when you see these people performing the same dance of conquest, Mtomboko, they will be actually moving one leg only, up and down. But when Mwata comes, he has to use both legs to throw this side and that side. And in his hands, he has the double-edged sword and a small axe.
Mr. Kauma has also observed that accommodation is scarce during this period and has advised for alternative accommodation like Land Rover vans that are on hire.
I got motivated because I love culture, I love tourism. And as you know, being chairman of the Mtomboko Organizing Committee, that is tourism part of our culture. And because of that, I felt I should invest in this. There are three of them. And the advantages is that especially this year that we've got the Luapula Expo and Investment Conference, the euphoria in Luapula is totally different this year. And as a result, this, as you see it, is our committee members who are going to board. And there is other two that others can jump on. The facility gives you a full pack of cooking facilities, as you could have seen. The gas stove is there. There's just anywhere you can stop over and camp. And then you have, without worry that you've got accommodation on board, because as you've seen the camping tents, in one tent you can put 2 camping mattresses. Then what we are asking for is that we can't provide the linen, just come with a bed sheet, whatever linen you can carry, and you are there to sleep, the 2 of you in one tent. And as a result, this trip makes you that you are going to have very free passage. On top of that, when you are in Mwansawombo, for instance, or you are at Chita Lodge, as others will start off tomorrow, all they need is to set up the camping tents, and we provide the security to see that people are watching the camping site, and they are there to have their breakfast, their lunch, and their supper.
Was Funda, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
Quite a nice view from here.
And moving on in sports news, Zambia under-20 international striker Conlede Luchanga has expressed excitement for being cleared to play for Super Division side Lusaka Dynamos. Luchanga, who rejoined Lusaka Dynamos at the beginning of 2017 season, has not played any game for the club as he was not cleared after a loan spell out at Israeli side Hopel Ranana. However, the 19-year-old striker received his international clearance certificate, which will see him eligible to play for Lusaka Dynamos. We have more in the following report.
Zambia under-20 national soccer team striker Conlede Luchanga was on Monday, the 24th of July 2017, cleared to play for FAS MTN Super League side Lusaka Dynamos following the arrival of his international transfer certificate. The 19-year-old striker rejoined Lusaka Dynamos at the beginning of the 2017 season after a loan spell with his rally side Hapo Ranana, but was unable to play due to the absence of his ITC. His tally of the league goals for Lusaka Dynamos stands at 13, as well as a single goal in the Samuel Njovu Charity Shield, which is scored in the only match he played for Power Dynamos at the start of the 2016 season. Prime TV Sports spoke to Luchanga. He has expressed excitement at the clearance.
Yeah, first of all, praise be to God. I've been waiting for this for too long. Finally, now the time has come. So I just need to work hard and push myself and to prove the people who have been criticizing. Obviously, their expectations are very high on me. So I don't need to disappoint them. I need to make them happy. Yeah, so I need to really, really work hard. I need to push myself.
His first season assignment for Lusaka Dynamos is the away fixture to Napsa Stars on Wednesday, the 26th of July 2017 at the Edwin Imboela Stadium in Lusaka. For Prime TV Sports, I'm Humphrey Mwanza in Lusaka.
Zambia Police Service, through the Office of the Inspector General of Police, has promoted Zambia International and Nkwazi Football Club striker Justin Shonga. Shonga, who has been instrumental both at club and national team level, winning Man of the Match matches awards twice at the just-ended COSAFA tournament in Lusaka, has been promoted from constable to sergeant and acting as inspector. Speaking to Prime TV Sports in Lusaka, Zambia Police Service Director of Sports Adrian Kashala confirmed the development and has further urged all sports personalities in the service to continue working hard. He has further announced that 2 rugby players from the service, Leonard Malipenga and Kabanga Mwila, have also been promoted from rank of sergeant to rank of inspector and from rank of constable to rank of sergeant, respectively.
To confirm that Justin Shonga has been promoted to the rank of sergeant and to act as inspector. I think you are aware that Justin has been very, very instrumental in the last games that Zambia had in the COSAFA. You are aware that he was awarded Man of the Match twice, and he did score for us. The Zambia now wants to know who this Justin Shonga is, alongside with 2 others from a rugby team in the names of Sergeant Malipenga, Leonard, who has been promoted to rank of inspector, and the constable Kabanga Mwila, who has also been promoted to the rank of sergeant. I think this is in line with Command's pledge to support our athletes.
As we end the news, a look at the headlines once again. FRA sets maize floor price at 60 kwacha per 50 kg. Catholic bishops say the reconciliatory meetings are just beginning. Police arrest student for defaming President Edgar Lungu on Facebook. And in international news, car bomb kills 7 civilians in Egypt. And in sports news, Zambia Police Service promotes national team striker Justin Shonga. On behalf of the entire news production crew and myself, Liseli Kanyanga, thank you so much for watching. Good evening.